Hello everyone, welcome back to Believers IAS Academy, Bengaluru. This is the topic of the day discussion, and in today's topic, we are going to discuss about cooperatives in India. Okay, so first we'll see why it is in use, and then we'll dwell into the main topic, that is cooperatives in India, and then we'll study the history of it, and we'll study the constitutional status of cooperatives in India and other things related to cooperatives. First, so why it is in use? Because recently India inaugurated the International Cooperative Alliance Global Cooperative Conference 2024 in New Delhi on November 25, with Prime Minister Narendra Modi leading the event alongside Bhutan's Prime Minister Tshering Tobai. Okay, so it is the International Cooperative Alliance. We'll also see what is International Cooperative Alliance in the video. And then the conference is 5-day conference, which was hosted by Union Home and Cooperative Minister Amit Shah, and has brought together 3,000 delegates, including 1,000 representatives from over 100 countries. So it is a big event. And then there was also news about Bhutan's Gelepu Mindfulness City. Okay, so in the event, Bhutan's Prime Minister Togbay highlighted the Gelepu Mindfulness City, which is a 2,500 square kilometer zero carbon smart city project. Okay, the city aims to embody cooperative values with all the Bhutanese citizens as the shareholders. This Gelepu Mindfulness City, it becomes important. Okay, it is in Bhutan. Aim is to form it as a city with zero carbon smart city. Okay, and in the same event, there was also discussion about India-Bhutan collaboration. The project seeks Indian investments in sectors like infrastructure, IT, hospitality, and wellness, with active discussions involving Indian companies such as Adani Group. Okay, so they want to involve Indian companies so that they can invest in infrastructure, IT, hospitality, and other things. Okay, now moving to the main topic, that is cooperatives. First, you'll understand the definitions and how you define cooperatives. So, what are cooperatives? Okay, so cooperatives, it is dependent on cooperation between its members regarding any particular sector or particular topic or particular issue. That is, the people who are coming together to cooperate on the particular issue, it is called as cooperation or cooperatives. Okay, so here cooperatives are autonomous associations of people united voluntarily to meet common economic, social, and cultural needs through a jointly owned and democratically controlled enterprise. Okay, so it is a jointly owned and democratically controlled. This is very important. So people come together, or they come together voluntarily to meet certain needs such as economic, social, and cultural needs. And how do they meet the needs? It is jointly owned and democratically elected representatives there. Okay, so no one is high, no one is low here. Each one shares common rights and common duties here. So in India, cooperatives play vital role in fostering inclusive economic development, particularly in rural areas. Okay, there are cooperatives in urban areas also, but their main role is in rural and agriculture. Then, history of the cooperatives in India. Okay, the cooperative movement is not a post-independence phenomenon. It is a phenomenon which has roots in pre-colonial period itself. Okay, so its history in the 1904, in the pre-independence era, there was a Cooperative Credit Societies Act was passed. Cooperative Credit Society Act was passed to address the rural indebtedness by enabling the formation of credit cooperatives. Okay, in the rural areas during those period, people are suffering from indebtedness. Okay, suffering from debt because they were going to buy them, like they were renting the money from money lenders who were charging inordinately high prices and high interest rates. As a result, when they failed to repay the amount, when they failed to repay the debt, their land was confiscated by the money lenders. So as a result, many of the people lost their lands. So in order to support these farmers, support the peasants, support the tenants, etc., people, they've bought Cooperative Credit Societies Act. Okay, so that you can address the issues of people who are suffering from indebtedness. Okay, and then in 1912, there was a Cooperative Societies Act. It extended the scope of cooperatives to non-credit sectors, encouraging their establishment across various industries. Okay, not just the credit societies, they extend the scope from credit to many other issues such as non-credit societies. Okay, and then early cooperatives mainly focused on agricultural credit, marketing and consumer goods. Okay, in pre-independence India, Indian economy is mainly dependent on agriculture. Okay, therefore there is a need for forming cooperatives in the agriculture sector. In many of the agriculture sector, focused on agriculture as well as developing rural India. Okay, and then now what happened in the post-independence era? In the post-independence era, there were cooperatives were integrated into the India's 5-year plans to support rural development and self-reliance. Okay, immediately after the independence, India's role was to become self-reliant. India's role was to develop rural India. So they thought that the best way to develop rural India was to form cooperatives. And then there was the National Cooperative Development Corporation. National Cooperative Development Corporation, which was established in 1963 to provide funding and promote cooperatives. So it is a national institution which was established to provide funding as well as promote cooperatives in rural India and other sectors of India. Then the White Revolution, famous example, which was spearheaded by Amul, which is a dairy cooperative from Gujarat, demonstrated the transformative potential of cooperatives in rural economies. Okay, you see Amul products. Okay, many Amul products in India, many Amul products even abroad. Okay, this was the example, this was the success of some of the cooperatives in India. It was a dairy cooperative which was based in Gujarat, where they found that India can have the potential to make best use out of its dairy industry. Okay, so they formed cooperatives. They started buying the milk from farmers into cooperatives, and then from cooperatives they started processing into different products. Okay, instead of a segmented production of dairy, now there was a cooperative which spearheaded all these dairy productions. Okay, so this is also called as Operation Flood. It was headed by Korean. Okay, now in post-independence area, apart from this, there were many initiatives taken by the government. One of which was 97th Constitutional Amendment Act. Okay, what did the 97th Constitutional Amendment Act do? It constitutionalized cooperatives. It inserted Part 9A into the Constitution, titled it as Cooperatives, and it also inserted under 19(1)(c), it inserted the word cooperative societies. Okay, initially this 19(1)(c), which is the freedom of speech and expression, and it dealt with freedoms. Under Article 1, 19(1)(c), it dealt with the freedom to form associations, and it included cooperatives in that article. It made forming cooperatives or the right freedom to form cooperatives as a fundamental right. This made cooperatives as a constitutional bodies. It gave constitutional status, and here cooperatives were included in 19(1)(c), making it as the fundamental right of individuals to form cooperatives. And then it also included 43B. Okay, under DPSP, it said that the government should the government should strive to develop cooperatives, strive to promote cooperatives in a democratic manner. Okay, so these were the three sections included under 97th Amendment Act. They understood the significance of cooperatives and the cooperatives movement, which was re-energized during the 1990s. They thought that it is the best time to give constitutional status to cooperatives. These are various measures taken by the government. And then what is the common features of cooperatives? Okay, so you know that cooperatives, people coming together, people fighting for their rights, or people working towards a need. And the common features are, it should be democratic, meaning each member has an equal say. Each member should have an equal say irrespective of their capital contribution. Okay, that is democratic. And then it should be member owned. The cooperatives are owned and controlled by their members itself. It should not be owned externally. It should be owned by the members itself, so that they can democratically control as well as operate it. Then profit sharing. Profits are distributed equitably among the members or reinvested for the organization's benefit. Okay, so whatever the profit the cooperative is getting, it should be equitably shared among the members, or it can be reinvested so that the cooperative can reap more benefits. Then community oriented. They aim to serve the interest of members and improve local economies. So these are the features of a cooperatives. Okay, democratic, membership owned or member owned, profit sharing, and community oriented. Now, what are the different types of cooperatives? Okay, there are many types of cooperatives which are dealing with many sectors. So types are, first one is agricultural cooperatives. So agricultural cooperatives, what are they going to deal with? They are going to deal with providing credit, inputs, and marketing support to farmers. Okay, examples include primary agricultural credit societies and marketing cooperatives. Okay, there are many cooperatives such as PSCs and marketing cooperatives which aim to promote promote the credit inputs and marketing opportunities for farmers, support to farmers. And then there are credit cooperatives which I already explained you, which facilitate affordable loan to members often in rural and semi-urban areas. Examples are urban cooperative banks and cooperative credit societies. Okay, they aim at providing loans at a affordable rate so that they don't go into indebtedness, they don't go into informal lending options. Okay, then consumer cooperatives. Okay, these consumer cooperatives operate stores to supply essential goods at a reasonable prices. Okay, and then there are housing cooperatives which help members to acquire affordable housing. Then there is worker cooperatives owned and managed by the workers. They provide employment and equitable income distribution. There are worker cooperatives. And then there is good dairy cooperatives. They promote milk production and marketing. Example, National Dairy Development Board is a prominent example, or you can also talk about Amul, or you can also talk about Karnataka's Nandini. These are some of the prominent dairy cooperatives, and one of the most successful cooperatives, you can say. And about the legal framework of cooperatives in India. In legal framework, the item cooperative societies is in state list where entry 32. Cooperative Societies Act was included started in 1912. The first comprehensive law for cooperative societies in India. We already discussed this one. And then there is state cooperative acts. Since cooperative is a state subject, each state has separate acts for them. Okay, individual states have their own legislation for regulating cooperative societies. And then no state government official can exercise any control on multi-state cooperative societies. This is very important. There are state cooperatives, meaning their whole base and their whole members and their whole working view is within the particular state. Okay, they can market, they can sell outside of the particular state, but the members and the control of the particular society is within a state. What are multi-state cooperatives? Meaning there are many people, members of the particular cooperative society belong to many states. Okay, they do not belong to single state. For example, there are cooperatives in which members from both Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh belong to. Okay, in these kind of multi-state cooperatives, it is dealt by center. Okay, it is dealt by union government. There is Multi-State Cooperative Societies Act of 2002. It governs cooperatives operating in more than one state. Okay, for state cooperatives, it is state. For multi-state, it is the center. Then there are regulatory bodies such as Registrar of Cooperative Societies. It oversees registration, administration, and functioning at the state level. Okay, and then Reserve Bank of India. Reserve Bank of India, it regulates urban cooperative banks as well as credit cooperatives. And then Ministry of Cooperation, established in 2021 to strengthen and streamline the cooperative movement at the national level. Okay, they understood the significance of cooperatives, so they made a separate Ministry of Cooperation in order to promote the democratical functioning of cooperatives. Again, what are certain challenges which are faced by cooperatives? Any organization for that matter have certain challenges or have certain hurdles. So challenges for this one is lack of professional management. Okay, since the members of cooperatives belong to particular community itself. Okay, since they don't have much idea about cooperatives, since they don't have much idea of management, they most of the times operate in a non-professional way. So here, limited expertise often hampers operational efficiency. As a result, it has impact on efficiency also. Then political interference. This is very important. We already said that it should be community oriented, it should be membership owned, it should be equal, there should be equality among the members. But what happens in reality is they are over reliant on the government support and it can lead to external control. Okay, so most of the times what happens is the cooperatives, they want loans, they want certain support from the government, so they start to alienate the ruling government. This hampers their growth. Okay, this gives a political edge or political stance to the cooperatives. And then limited access to capital. There is difficulty in raising funds. It restricts the growth and diversification. This is also one of the challenges. And inefficient governance. Internal conflicts and weak leadership impact the decision making. As we have said, it is a community based, and as we have said, it is owned by the people. And most of the times, what happens is with the people, they tend to fight among themselves for the leadership. This hampers the cooperatives. And then lack of modernization. Many cooperatives lag in adopting technology and innovative practices. Again, since it is membership owned, they are not much well versed with the technology. As a result, this hampers efficiency also. So these are the challenges. Now, there are certain examples of successful cooperation. First and foremost is Amul. Amul is a world-renowned dairy cooperative that transformed rural livelihoods through the White Revolution. Okay, under Operation Flood by Korean. Okay, father of White Revolution. And then Indian Farmers Fertilizer Cooperatives, that is IFCO, one of the largest fertilizer cooperatives in the world. Okay, and then there is Self-Employed Women's Association, which aims at empowering through cooperative initiatives. So there are many cooperatives which are dealing with many sectors also. And then we'll try to understand about the International Cooperative Alliance. What is this International Cooperative Alliance about? International Cooperative Alliance global conference is organized by International Cooperative Alliance, founded in 1895 to promote and unite cooperatives worldwide. The conference is held periodically to discuss global cooperative challenges, opportunities, and strategies for growth and sustainability. Okay, it deals with holistically. Then it has evolved as a key platform for knowledge sharing and policy advocacy in the cooperative sector. Okay, so it tries to share knowledge between different cooperatives. If there is any successful cooperative method which is successful in particular country, then that best practice can be shared with another country. That best practice can be shared with lesser countries which are facing difficulties in successfully managing cooperatives. Okay, with this way they can share the knowledge, they can help in promoting cooperatives. Then what are the objectives of ICA? Objective is to obviously to strengthen global cooperative movement by fostering collaboration and sharing best practices. Okay, then to align cooperative initiatives with the global goals such as United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. What are SDGs? These SDGs deals with hunger, poverty, education, etc. So they want to align these cooperatives in such a way that they also help in achieving these SDGs. Okay, then aim is to address the emerging issues like climate change, digital transformation, and economic inequality through cooperative frameworks. Okay, so it is dealing with the issue holistically. Okay, so this is about International Cooperative Alliance. Then who are the members of International Cooperative Alliance? International Cooperative Alliance represents over 315 cooperative organizations from more than 110 countries, which is a very large organization. Members include cooperatives from diverse sectors like agriculture, banking, housing, consumer services, and worker cooperatives. It is not only a group of governments, it also includes cooperative organizations as well. Then participants in the global conference include cooperative leaders, policymakers, academics, and representatives from international organizations. So their ideas can be shared between different communities so that their ideas can be implemented by cooperatives. And then, so this is about ICA Global Conference. If you have any doubt regarding this chapter or this topic, do write in the comment box. You can discuss in the coming classes. If you have any suggestions for me, if you have any recommendations for me that sir you should do this way, sir you should improve on this one, you can also write that in the comment box. I will improve upon it. And if you like the video, if you think you gained something out of this video, please hit that like button and also share with your friends and also comment on the video. With this, I will end today's video. Jai Hind.